What's up, everybody? Today I want to do the review of X-Chair's X2 K-Sport Management Chair. I'll break down a few of the adjustments that it can do, some of the designs of where it's supposed to bring you ergonomic support, and give you some of my opinions about it, and hopefully future thoughts of what you could be looking for in your next gaming or office chair, whatever that you end up liking. So let's go ahead and begin the review. I'm going to get out of it first, kind of go over some of the components, and then I'll show you some of the adjustments after that. All right, so to begin, starting from top down, the headrest, backrest, dynamic variable lumbar, and the seat bottom, all these are going to be covered in the K Sport mesh. So it's supposed to be a tighter weave, giving you more durability, bounce, flex, but ultimately tons of comfort over duration and also a softer feel. I can tell you that it has a semi-grippy texture to it. So when you sit on it, like you'll see me from time to time when I'm sitting on it, even for this demo, as I sit back into it, this lumbar support will actually grab my shirt and lift it up a little bit, so I have to pull that down. But I do think that this feels much more comfortable than some of the other mesh that I've already sat in on other chairs. So I like it. Also, I like that I was able to choose it in a white. Next up, the armrests right here, they are 4D adjustable. Again, I'll show that here in a few moments. Turn the chair around to the back. Here we can see quality-wise, it has some durable plastic here. I'm not sure what kind it is, but it seems to also be wrapped around maybe some metal. Down here, exposed at the bottom is brushed aluminum, as well as the base itself is in that brushed aluminum and piston. Swivel this to the side here. The levers are extremely discreet. So unlike some of the stuff that they have these big arms sticking out, these have small flipper levers. And so far they've been very easy to adjust. And I'm going to switch this to the other side. And here we'll notice one more of these levers, but you'll also notice the knob for tensioning adjusting. So I think that they almost have to have that as a knob so you can rotate that as much as you do. And in terms of spinning the chair, it is quiet. It is a silent chair. I currently have the standard casters on there, but I'm going to be getting the upgraded casters that they sell with the locking mechanisms on them so I don't slide around as much. But I can say already, as I sit down in this chair, that the casters don't just slide around on you. When I sit, it's not moving. Also, it's not creaking. I've currently got the chair locked. You don't hear much sound coming from it, but ultimately good quality build. All right, so next up, let's go ahead and show you a few of the adjustments that it can do. So I'm going to start with the biggest one first, which is going to be the back itself. So on the back, what you do is you lift it, and you'll hear these clicks, and it has 4 adjustment levels, which is also how you adjust the dynamic variable lumbar. This thing is free floating with tension. So as you adjust it up, you're of course trying to hit that sweet spot on your back, and you have 4 adjustments. I like to place mine on the 3rd adjustment, and I can feel it supporting me well. And as you see me sitting back and forth, you can see that dynamic variable lumbar is what they call it. So DVL is going to adjust to you all day long. So each time that you move and flex, it's going to be adjusting for you as opposed to you having to set it. A lot of these things are stiff in the back of a chair. This one is constantly moving together with you. So, and I do find it very comfortable. It's like in a Goldilocks zone. There is pressure, but it's not too much pressure. And also it seems to give me different amounts of pressures as I lean the chair back. So let's get into that next. So I'm going to do the lean on the chair. So that's going to be on the right side lever. So you pull this lever up and it doesn't do anything. But what you got to do is kind of rock the chair, and then you'll hear that safety lock release. And there you can go ahead and start floating your chair back to whatever that you would like. I think it leans back to about 130 degrees. I'm not sure on that, but that's maybe a little bit more. But I would say 130, maybe to 150, somewhere in that zone. But you can lock it in multiple positions, but you have to do that safety release to get it out of that lock each time. Okay, and it can come to near vertical, and then that way maybe it's a little easier for typing to keep you sitting upright, shoulders relaxed, as opposed to sloping forward. As far as the headrest goes, maybe that's the next adjustment that I can show you. This one can be rotated up and down. So it's a bit stiff, but you're probably not going to be adjusting it all that often. And then for the vertical adjustments, you actually stand behind the chair, put your fingers through the mechanism in the back. I guess I'll demonstrate it. Kind of place your hands right here and then push, and you'll feel it click, or push from the bottom up and a couple of clicks. So just put that into that comfortable spot for your head. And you're probably not going to be touching it at all times, but it's something that helps out for support throughout the day. Next adjustment, it's going to be that up and down. So you have two levers on the left. So this one, you're going to, the front one, it's going to be the up and down lever. And that allows you to get your legs into a comfortable, close to 90-degree position, and also lift you up to where you want to be at your desk. So somewhere right around there is where I like it. Very easy to adjust. Pistons very responsive. No problems, no qualms. The lever to the back is going to be the forward and back of the seat bottom. And then this is going to be where that you get to adjust to what X-Chair claims is the appropriate setting is 3 finger lengths, in width, between the back of your leg and the front of the seat cushion. And you just slide your seat bottom on that part and then lock that into place. And that way you can adjust for those who are taller or shorter, giving you a comfortable seated position. For the armrests, if you can see it right here, you've got your locking mechanism for the up and down positioning. There are multiple adjustments on this in terms of the vertical. I think it's something like 8 or 9. So very, very capable to get into that right spot. You can also adjust it pivot in, pivot out. I find this is one of my preferred methods of adjusting because it's a bit narrow on me. So when I want to rest my arms, I don't know if you can kind of see that. I almost feel like I rest on the edge. And there is an additional adjustment, which is an out and an in. But even still, I don't find that it adjusts far enough out. Perhaps if I were to have purchased the chair with the 1 inch wider seat bottom, that adjustment for the arms would be 1 inch further out total to the sides, and I would need to adjust less. But with this, it allows me to type a little bit easier. I can pivot that in. So that's that third adjustment. As I just showed you, the in and out of this. So this is the pivot in and pivot out. This is the move the entire armrest in or out. And then the last is forward and backwards. So I can slide forward and I can slide backwards. So hopefully that gives you kind of an idea. But the material that the armrest cushion is made out of seems to be very durable, pliable, and something where your elbow is not going to get tired, especially if it puts that pressure point on it. It feels like it's going to last for a long period of time. And once again, you can adjust it so many different ways that you can probably get it into a perfect spot to not be providing that much pressure. When it comes to some of the cons of the chair that I've found so far, when I originally was purchasing this chair, it did not have these 2 knobs on the side, the locking mechanisms, and instead it was a locking mechanism just like the back of the chair. When you lifted it, it would lock into whatever section that you've placed it into, and then putting pressure down on it would never unsecure that. However, X-Chair is claiming that these new push-button locks are more capable than their last units. So although we lost some of the aesthetics, we gained functionality, and hopefully that pans out to be a better thing in the long run. I just wanted a chair that looked really good and somewhat professional at the same time, but really good aesthetically, and like a finished chair with the polished aluminum, the white mesh material, all one color with the exception of the armrest. So a very pleasant looking chair, and the only thing that was off was this right here. Secondly, I'm 6 foot, 200 pounds, and my legs seem to come near to the edge side of this seat bottom cushion. And after about an hour or two, I notice that I feel the pressure of the edges a little bit more, and I start to have to do the shuffle inside the chair to get to that comfortable spot, because otherwise it feels like your leg might be falling asleep in that one spot. So that 1-inch wider seat cushion might have been helpful to somebody of my size. If you're a bit smaller than me, I'm a 36-inch waist, then maybe this is a perfect width for you. But for somebody a little bit bigger, like my size, this can accommodate, and I'm not going to change it for the fact that they only produce that currently in black. So if I would have chose black as my color option, I could have added the wider seat base. But if I chose white, red, or gray, there are other color choices for the K-Sport mesh. I did not have that as an option, and I really like the looks of the white that's on here. So with that being said, I just want to give you a 360 of what it looks like as I'm sitting in the chair. For the legs, again, very comfortable. There's no chafing, no rubbing. The grip that I was talking about, you might be able to see a small lift in my shirt to where I have to pull it down from time to time. So that's about the only thing, but extremely breathable, and I live in a hot climate to where I need the chair to be breathable, and if I spill something on it, I don't know how the white is going to take to that over time, but it is supposed to be durable, and the chair comes with a 15-year warranty, so I'm sure that's going to help out some, and maybe I can also purchase parts separately, so where if I ever need a component after my original purchase, I could maybe buy something like that. And total price for me was $914. They were running a sale on their website for $100 off. And additionally, I was able to get a coupon code for another $50 savings. So that brought me to about $914 because I added the headrest, which was $90, and I added the locking caster wheels, which I haven't yet received, but that was $75. So $914 with the upgrades included. I think it's a pretty good deal. The base price, no upgrades and no headrest, it's $799. No tax depending on where that you are, so that's another benefit too. So that's my review of the X2 chair with the K-Sport mesh by X-Chair. And hey, if you have it, go ahead and put some notes below in the comments. Let me know what you like, what you dislike. If you are looking to purchase it, if you have any questions, shoot me a question inside there. I'll usually be able to get you a response. And so far, it's a recommend. I like the chair. I like the looks of it. I like the comfort, breathability. A few cons here and there. Hopefully that they maybe make an adjustment to where you can purchase a white bottom or other color variation bottoms with the wider base. But outside of that, a really good chair. I hope you like it. Like, subscribe. Talk to you later. Aloha.